Good day, everyone. My name is KHRIZZLE WAGAS, and together with me is MHNTAZIR ABDULGANI. So before we proceed to our main agenda, I have a question first. You may answer the question on the comment section. So the question is, what does it mean to live a good life? So for me, good life means living in a way that is meaningful, fulfilling, and balanced. Not just happy for a moment, but satisfied with your life as a whole. So drop your answer on the comment section. Our lesson is all about the good life. So we are going to learn what really is good life means. So to start, we have to look back at the ancient Greece. So back then, people didn't separate from science, from life they believed to understand the world. You had to understand yourself first. So Aristotle broke science into two parts, which is the theoretical, which is just about finding the truth, like math or physics, and practical, which is about how we act, like ethics. So he argued that the ultimate goal of everything we do is the good. So basically, we study the truth so that we can eventually find the right way to live. Plato versus Aristotle on reality. These two famous thinkers had a big disagreement. Plato was a bit of dreamer. He thought this world wasn't really the real reality. He believed there was a perfect world of forms, and we are just living in a messy copy of it. While on the other hand, Aristotle, his student, disagreed. He brought philosophy down to earth. He said reality is right here in front of us. We learn what is real by using our senses like seeing, touching, and observing the world around us. So happiness as the ultimate telos. Aristotle used the word telos, which means purpose or end goal. Think of a seed, it's telos. It is to become a plant. For humans, our telos is happiness, or what he called eudaimonia. But he didn't mean the kind of happiness you get from eating a burger. He meant human flourishing. The feeling you get when you are reaching your full potential and doing exactly what humans were meant to do. Okay, let's proceed to utilitarianism by John Stuart Mill. Fast forward to the 18th century with John Stuart Mill, he moved the focus from the individual to the group. His greatest happiness principle says that an action is only good if it makes the most people happy. For example, if a government is deciding whether to build a mine, they have to ask, does this help the majority or does it hurt them? In this view, ethics is like a math problem where the goal is the highest total of happiness for everyone. We have a schools of thought on the good life. It will be discussed by MHNTAZIR ABDULGANI.
So the first thought of a good life is a materialism. So now we look at the different ways people to try find the good life. First, materialists believe that only stuff or matter is real. For them, happiness comes from physical things and wealth, so there is no soul to worry about. So the second is Hinduism or Hindunist. Take it a step further, their motto is eat, drink, and be merry. For tomorrow we die. They believe it is short life and has no afterlife. So the best way to live is to get as much pleasure as possible right now. So the next one is Stoicism, or we call them Stoics. Stoics who believe happiness comes from your mind, not your body. They practice being apathetic, not in a lazy way, but by staying calm and indifferent things so they can control. Then there is a deism, which is very common in the Philippines, or we call them theists, believe the good life isn't fully possible on earth. Instead, we are just passing through, and our real goal is to find happiness through a connection with God and promise of heaven. So next, we have a humanism and modern ecology. So first is we have a humanism. This is the idea that humans are the captains of their own ship. We don't rely on the supernatural. Instead, we use science and logic to improve our lives. This leads us to technology. We use tech to cheat the limits of nature, like using the internet to talk to someone across the world, or using a medicine to live longer. The big question is technology leading us to the right way, or are we losing our way using the technology?
Thank you, Mr. Abdulgani. So, to sum it up, the good life has evolved from a focus on the soul and virtue. So, Greeks to collective happiness by Neil, and finally to self-determination and technological is humanism. The idea of the good life has changed over time. For the ancient Greeks like Aristotle, it focused on the soul, virtue, and living a morally good life. Later, thinkers like John Stuart Mill emphasized happiness for the greatest number of people or collective happiness. In modern times, especially in humanism, the good life is about self-determination, personal growth, and using technology to make life easier and more comfortable. Hope you just understand our topic. And by the way, if you have questions or if you're curious about our topic, just write in the comment section so that we can reply and give you an insight about it. That would be all. Thank you.